Hey guys, this is Anthony with Training with AJ, and today I have a special guest, my good friend Linda, who I'm going to be interviewing and just going to get some insight as to why she likes firearms and why she decided to get her concealed carry license, and just get to know her in general. So, welcome, Linda.
Thank you.
So, tell the viewers out there a little bit about yourself. Are you married? You have kids, that type of thing.
I'm married, going on 21 years, and I have 3 children.
Okay.
One is a sophomore in high school, TJ, and then I have 12-year-old twins, Amanda and Matthew, that are in 7th grade.
Okay.
Live in Libertyville and been there about almost 20 years since we got married. And
So, okay, well, great. So what is your greatest fear as a mother for your kids? And just because you're a homemaker, right?
Right.
So I mean, you're a professional mom. That's what I like to call them, professional moms,
Thank
because
you.
it's a tough job. Since I retired from the military, I've been kind of a professional dad. During the day, and I tell you what, military spouses do not get enough credit until I retired and just kind of stayed at home and took care of my daughter and all that stuff. It's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos to you. So, Linda, what's your greatest fear as a mother and as a wife?
My biggest fear is that I won't be there to protect my children or my family when needed in the time of trouble.
Okay. Now, is this something that you and your husband spoken about? Like, do you guys, have some kind of, defensive plan for protection inside the home as well as outside the home?
We talk about it, but we don't have a concrete plan. We need to develop one. But yes, we're both on board about gun safety and protecting our children and obtaining and maintaining our rights of protecting ourselves.
So I'm guessing you are a Second Amendment advocate.
Yes.
Okay, so you believe in your right to bear arms.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, do you have any friends that are maybe anti-gun?
Oh, yes.
And do you ever get into, we'll say, fun discussions?
Yes.
And so what, I like discussions like
Yes.
that. Because I think for me, it's more fun for me to find out why they believe what they believe, saying like guns kill people, and like you and I know that guns don't kill people, but bad people behind guns kill people. So what are some of the things you've heard from your friends about those discussions?
Basically, the things that I hear are the things that come out of their mouths are, like you say, guns kill people. But I believe that they are, and I was there at one point in my life too, where you're just uneducated and you don't know or you don't appreciate how much a gun can protect you, or any type of weapon can protect you. So before I met my husband, I learned that he was a hunter, and I just was totally against it until.
Well, were you against the guns, or were you against killing of animals?
Emotionally, I was against the animal part, but I didn't appreciate what hunting entails and the beauty and the sport of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so once he explained to me and he taught me what he learned, because he grew up with guns all his life, and whereas I didn't, so that he would never shoot or kill an animal without planning to eat it.
Right.
So
he's not just killing.
To kill.
Right. He's not just killing just to kill.
Exactly.
He's killing, or what I like to use the word is harvest.
Right.
Harvest the animal for consumption, to feed himself or his family, his friends, and not just that, but I think hunting. A lot of people don't realize that hunters are great naturalists. I mean, what I mean by that is, you got to keep a balance in nature.
It's about population control.
Absolutely. So, so a lot of hunters are probably some of the best conservationists, really, when you
absolutely.
look at the bigger picture, not just the hunting of the animal, but
I
the
think
whole
when you
purpose
talk
of it.
about, when you see, all the roadkill on the side of
Sure.
the road, and if the people who are against hunting can just appreciate and realize that it is not just about the sport, but about population control, and they would appreciate it a little more.
You know what gets me the most is when people say, they're against hunting, or they're, some friends that are kind of like vegans that are against, eating animals or eating meat. They'll say things like, you shouldn't go hunting. I said, well, do you like meat? And some of them, yeah, I like meat. I said, well, where do you think they get, cows from, the beef from? You think it just comes on a package, all done up? I mean, someone's got to slaughter that animal.
Or what are their shoes made of?
Right. I mean, yeah, look at that beautiful leather jacket you're wearing, that type of thing. And people don't realize that, for them to look good in that jacket, or for them to enjoy that hamburger or that steak, it's coming from somewhere.
Right.
And, at least in, for me, when I go hunting, and I'm not a huge hunter, but, I try to go once a year when I can. And it's more for me, I enjoy the tracking, the stalking animal, not so much the shooting the animal, but, and because it's hunting, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get anything.
Right.
So, but I understand your husband got 2 this year, right?
Yes, he did.
So, and he got it in...
2 of his biggest bucks in Michigan.
Wow. So you guys got a place up in Michigan.
We do.
That's very nice.
It is.
Nice little getaway.
It's heaven.
Now, are you guys like right near the lake then, or?
We are on a small lake
Okay.
called Platte Lake. It's in a small town. It's near Traverse City.
Okay.
So.
All right. So it's something you have to really have to bring all your stuff into your place, or do you have a store that's nearby you can go and grab stuff as needed?
It's a house, so
Oh.
we have we're it's like our second home for us.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So you guys spend a lot of time there during the summertime, and go up there during the winter a couple times?
I get to spend all summer there with my kids.
Great.
It's been wonderful. We have been building lovely memories. And my family, I have some family up there, so, and our circle of friends is growing. So
Great. Well, that's amazing.
Wonderful.
Building those family memories, because they grow up so fast, don't they?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So, what made you decide to come to my class to get your Illinois concealed carry? Because that's how Linda and I actually met for the first time. Is she was one of my students in an Illinois concealed carry training course. So, did something happen in your life that made you decide, you know what, I need to get my concealed carry license? Or is it just something that you want to always wanted to do? Tell the viewers what your reasoning is.
Well, let's see. I guess after all the news and the school shootings, and just starting to educate myself about keeping the public safety, I decided I wanted to exercise my right, and so for Christmas a couple years ago, Santa gave me a gun.
Wow.
We shopped for it. I looked at a couple guns. So it was most important to find a gun that fit.
Okay.
I did try a gun that we inherited. I learned that it's important to have a gun that fits you. So we purchased a Glock 19, and I took a couple shooting classes with another friend who is a policeman and offers some classes. Couldn't get through to him, so I found you, and also really wanted to learn more about the gun and to obtain my concealed carry so I could exercise my right. I believe firmly with Wayne LaPierre of the NRA that the only guy that you can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
Sure, absolutely.
The only guy that can stop a good guy with a gun. Or bad, oh gosh, we got to
No, you
edit
got it
that
right.
out.
Yeah. No, you got it right. Yeah, I mean, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
right.
And you said it exactly right the first time. And, so what about your kids? How do your kids feel about having a gun in the house? I mean, they're old enough to know that, what guns are and what they can do. Do your kids play video games?
Oh yes.
And do they play like first shooter games?
One of my children does. The other one, my other son, it's all about sports.
Okay. Have you had a conversation like, hey, this is a video game, this is not real type of thing? Or do you not even worry about that? Because, I know your kids are pretty smart, that they're not going to, there's not going to be that blur of, hey, this is a video game, this is real life.
Mm-hmm.
Where some kids may have that fantasy, I even know adults that have that fantasy of, now I got my concealed carry permit, I can't wait to be able to defend myself. I know your family's not like that. My family's not like that. I carry, so I'm left alone. I don't want to be bothered with trouble.
Right.
And if I see trouble, I just try to avoid it altogether. So have you had that conversation with your kids about gun safety at all?
Absolutely. It's all about safety. That's the first thing that comes out of our mouths is we keep our guns locked up, keep the ammo separate, follow the rules. Never point a gun even though it's unloaded.
Sure.
All that. And the only one of my children is my baby, Matthew, is the only one who is interested in hunting and guns. So he took his not his concealed carry, the hunter safety class.
Sure.
And passed with flying colors, and he got his first deer 2 years ago. He was ecstatic. So
yeah, again, it's building those memories with his dad. Did he go with your husband?
Yes,
in that first hunt, and it's amazing. My daughter, who's also a sophomore in high school, she got her hunter safety. Gosh, must have been 5 years ago, and every time we go, she hasn't had the opportunity to be able to get anything yet. But it's just fun just sitting with her and walking the woods with her. It just kind of like, at least for her and I, it's father-daughter time, just her and I hanging out, and that's almost more fun than actually harvesting the animals. So.
Absolutely. My son, they went out. Gosh, I don't know how many times I went out hunting this fall and winter, but he comes back with stories about all the different wildlife he saw. The owls and squirrels, even squirrels and chipmunks.
Yep. So something you could probably see out in your backyard at home, right? But it's
watching
amazing.
the forest wake up is probably just such a beautiful thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd rather sleep.
Enjoy the fire, get your cup of coffee.
It's not for everybody. So my other two children, they're not interested. When they are, if they ever get interested, I'm sure become interested, then I know my husband will jump on it.
Oh, I'm sure. Now, are both you and your husband NRA members?
Yes, we are. So,
great.
So is my son Matthew.
All right. Well, awesome. Yes. I think that is probably one of the best gifts that you can probably give to somebody is that membership. Because it's, again, they offer 3 different magazines, American Rifleman, America's First Freedom, that's the one my wife gets, is America's First Freedom. And then American Hunter is the magazine that my daughter gets, because she likes to see the animals and stuff, things like that in there. I think it's a great gift to be able to give to your son, and then he'll be able to pass that on as well.
Right.
So now, with society being kind of crazy lately, do you feel that it's getting better, or do you think it's getting worse in terms of just the policies regarding firearms, and what about just the craziness with, I'm sure you watch the Ferguson stuff, and then you watch the New York stuff.
Right.
What are your views on that?
I think it's sad because there are the uneducated people in America who they believe that there needs to be more gun control. But unfortunately, I think with their idea of gun control, it would take away from the people who are the law-abiding citizens who follow the rules, actually, of owning a gun and gun safety. So, and if you take away that, the gun control, if you incorporate more gun control, then most likely the bad guys with the guns, they're going to keep getting the guns because they probably get them illegally anyways.
Right.
And they don't follow the law.
Right. They don't care what the law is, right? So
Exactly.
whereas you and I, you know, I mean, we're gonna follow. You know, we're gonna follow the laws because we want to be safe.
Right.
We want other people to be safe. We want our families to be safe. But you know, that's why they're criminals. I mean, because they don't care about what the law is. You know, it does. You can't legislate behavior.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, and it's scary. You know, I don't really worry about like school shootings. I mean, it's in the back of my head, but I don't worry like that's going to happen every single day in my daughter's life. But it's one of those concerns that I do have, and you know, I take precautions with my daughter. In fact, in her backpack, I have a soft armor plate inside her backpack, so she can use that as a shield in case if anything like that happens. Which hope to God that'll never happen. And you know, I don't believe it will. You know, statistically, I mean, it's very, very low, right? But I'm one of those fathers that rather be prepared, you know, have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Right.
So,
yeah, I heard in the news that there was one school, I don't know where, it was maybe out east, they encouraged their kids to bring canned foods to school so that in the event of an intruder, they can protect themselves by
throwing
throwing
cans?
canned foods. And, yeah.
wow, that's
Interesting,
interesting.
huh?
Yeah,
Go
interesting. Well, I guess that would work if you were in a cartoon.
Edit that out too.
But anyways, anything else you'd like to share with the viewers?
Well, I guess I would just like to say that.
Well, did you enjoy the class? I guess that was my question that I wanted answered.
I loved the class. I thought the class could have actually been a week-long class.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
At least ongoing.
Yep.
Because there's so much information, and it can be overwhelming. But I just thought, you know, from learning the laws, the rules differ from state to state, learning how to disassemble your gun and put it back together, from carrying in a holster, getting ready to shoot, and having the proper stance, to actually going out in the range.
Right.
That was a blast. It was
Well,
so
and you
much
shot
fun.
very, very well.
Thank
you know, and I think you know, it's one thing that you may want to look into is I know there's a women's shooting group in the Lake County area here, and I want to get you connected with them because I think that'd be something that you could, you know, just do. I think they get together like once or twice a month at different ranges, and they, you know, learn different things as a group. But I'll get you connected with them. I think that'd be a great opportunity just to, you know, again, meet new people that are like-minded, that want to, you know, that enjoy shooting guns. You know, and maybe for just recreation or for self-defense, whatever the case may be.
Right,
So.
exactly. And the one thing that I did learn that from your class is how much that I don't know, and how important practice is.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right.
I mean, even you say, I mean, that, you know, you could practice.
Yep.
I mean, it's a lifelong lesson.
Yeah, it is, and it's a lifelong journey where you just can't possibly learn everything and know everything.
Right.
So, well, great. So this spring, summer and fall, are you going to come and enjoy a few more classes with me?
No doubt.
Great.
No doubt. I look forward to it.
And one thing that I'm going to offer to you off camera is I want to do something because I know you're involved with Alzheimer's foundations, right?
Yes.
So one thing I'd like to offer to you, Linda, is maybe we could do something with some type of training to raise funds for the foundations that you help support and stuff.
Thank you. That would be very special.
Well, that would be, I mean, that would absolutely be my honor and my pleasure to do so. So, again, guys, this is Anthony with Training with AJ, and today I had Linda with me. Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you, Anthony.
And we'll see you guys next time.